Shalom, and welcome to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul, your Biblical Hebrew podcast. Shalom and welcome to our Biblical Hebrew podcast. In Genesis 29, Jacob is running from his brother Esau to find refuge at his uncle's house, Laban. When Laban sees Jacob, he tells him one sentence: "You are my bone and you are my flesh. You are my bone and you are my flesh." Now the question is, why does Laban turns to Jacob in Hebrew, "Ach atzmi uvesari ata"? You are just my bone and my flesh. Why should an uncle turn to his nephew in those words? Because Jacob told Rachel when he met her next to the well, he said to her that he is a brother of her father and a son of his mother, meaning he has a double aspect already. When he introduced himself to Rachel, he introduced himself to her in a double aspect, as brother of her father, Laban, and as a son of his mother, Rebecca. Now, when we want to read this verse in an abstract way, how can we read this verse? For we have 4 letters of the Tetragrammaton, Yod, He, Vav, He, and the whole Torah is expansion of one name, the name of the 4 letters. So how do we read this verse in an abstract way? And the sages offer to read it in the following way. Laban, in Hebrew Lavan, which is white, refers to the letter Yod of the Tetragrammaton, and Jacob refers to the letter Vav of the Tetragrammaton. Now, when Laban says to Jacob, "You are my bone and you are my flesh," he means the following. When the Vav comes together, and the Vav is Jacob, and the Vav is a spirit. And when the Vav as a spirit comes together with the upper He, with the first He of the Tetragrammaton, with the soul, with the tree of life, this is a bone. This is the essence, the bone, because the English translates the word etzem as a bone, which is white. But the word etzem in Hebrew also means essence. So when the spirit communicates or comes together or unite with the soul, with the first letter He of the Tetragrammaton, this is the essence of wisdom. The Binah, sphere of Binah, the sphere of understanding, the first letter He of the Tetragrammaton is the essence of the wisdom. The essence of wisdom is the tree of life. So when Laban says to Jacob, "You are just my bone," he means that the spirit, the Vav, carries the liveliness that the first letter He has as a tree of life, as a living soul. And when he says, "You are my flesh," he means that when the Vav comes together with the second He of the Tetragrammaton, and the Vav is the spirit, and when the Vav blows the spirit into the last He of the Tetragrammaton, we have the flesh. In Hebrew, basar, we have the maximum expansion. For the word basar, we can divide into 2 parts, ba, bet, which is 2, and sar. Sar in Hebrew is a minister. The volume of minister, sar, is 500, and Bet Sa twice 500 is 1,000. So the word Basar refers to the 1,000, the expansion. We have one, which is expressed by the letter Aleph, one, unity, but with a different pronunciation, we can say Elef. Elef is 1,000, is when the one expands. 10 in the power of 3 is 1,000. And this is what Laban was saying to Jacob. You are my bone, meaning my essence. The spirit is the essence of the tree of life, but you're also my flesh. When the spirit blows into the second letter He of the tetragrammaton to Sfirat Malchut, we have the maximum expansion in the material. Basar, flesh. And as we said before, Jacob is a correction of Adam. And as Adam said in Genesis 2, this time, this is a bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Again, we meet here the same speech. The letter Vav is Adam or Jacob, and the relations to the two-letter He. When the first He, the upper He, is bone, which is white or essence in Hebrew, Etzem or Leah, or the tree of life. And the last letter of the tetragrammaton is flesh, Basar or Rachel, or the tree of knowledge. And this is what Laban, as the upper light in Hebrew, Laban means white, Lavan. The upper light says to the spirit, to the Vav, to Jacob, you are my bone, Etzim, and you are my flesh. Meaning, when the Vav associate with the first letter He, you are my essence, you are the tree of life. And when the Vav, the spirit, associate with the second He, you are the tree of knowledge, you are my flesh. This was our little conversation for today. We wish you a beautiful day and wonderful week. Thank you for listening to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to hear more about a certain topic, just write us an email to hebrew@learnoutlive.com. We are always happy to hear from you. For more episodes, videos, and articles like this, please visit our website at hebrew.learnoutlive.com. We also would like to invite you to join our live classes. Just search for Online College of Biblical Hebrew on Facebook and start learning now with students from all over the world. Koltuv and Shalom.